Alright lads, so for today's video, we are jumping back into SENKAIMON quest, this time tackling the Hollow SENKAIMON quest, which we did clear for the first time yesterday, but this time around, we are only going to be using resurrectable characters. We showed in the past that you are able to beat all SENKAIMON quests thus far using resurrectable units. In some cases, maybe the more difficult ones will require, a max transcended resurrectable unit, which is now more easily done thanks to the special move trial quest. And realistically, the only big struggle that we came across was this particular stage 3, mission 3 of the Sorry for SENKAIMON quest. But even with that real big difficulty, we found a way and managed to beat it using a 5th anniversary Byakuya. So now going into the Hollow SENKAIMON quest, it was relatively easy the first time we did do it yesterday, given the lack of options here, and to be fair, most of the characters are actually resurrectable. As we do progress through the mission sets, we do pick up new damage bonuses to make the quest itself easier. But starting off stage 1, mission set 1, we are going to be using the power version of White Ichigo. Which, to my knowledge, unless I'm mistaken, is the last time we've gotten a canon White Ichigo, which is kind of crazy to think about. Regardless though, we're using him straight away because he does have Killer here. He's only SP level 10. To make it easier, I could take him into the special move trial quest, but I'm fine with just using him at 1.5. And we're using him now because we do get to use full accessories and also full links. Alright then, so stage 1, mission 1, here we go. Let's see how this goes. I'm pretty sure we did try to use the character yesterday, and it didn't quite work, but we were using him for a later stage. So if we were to get use out of this character, it would quite literally have to be right now in stage 1, mission 1, when we have Killer. Let's use the SA3. We want to make sure we destroy those traps too. Don't really want them to attack us here, because one, it will paralyze us, but also quite literally ruin the run as well. So let's use that SA1 now. Then finish up with the 3. Not quite able to finish out the room, but we still have 1 minute and 25 seconds to go, so we should still be fine. Back up, because I know there is a trap there. Let's use the SA1 into the 2 upwards. Fortunately, was able to not get hit by that trap effect. Literally ended the second we went there. Not the fastest run, but again, we still have 1 minute to go. And I think we have 2 more waves to deal with right now. So let's try and aim that SA2 downwards into the 1. Few more strong attacks to take down the last 2 waves. There we go. SA2 into the 3. And then finish up with the 1. So 47 seconds. 47 seconds to deal with Rukia. Let's just instantly use the Soul Bomb. Make sure we dodge the attacks. SA1 is just to kind of get away from her. We want to make sure we don't take any damage from the paralysis. Let's dodge. Fortunately, it managed to not get hit a single time. Lovely. SA1 into the 2, and then 1 more strong attack. Oh, I don't know how I'm dodging all of that, but we dodged it. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. This, honestly, is probably going to be the hardest stage of the entire day. Because going into stage 1, mission 2, we want to bring 2 accessories. And in this case, we're using 2nd anniversary Ichigo. The character itself is essentially max transcended, minus the 6 slot here. But we are getting a 2 times damage bonus. So that's going to be really good for us as a ranged character. And Ichigo, we don't really see it much nowadays, right? But back when this character came out, a lot of characters had a mixture of range attacks and also melee attacks. So, back when this character came out, that was fine. But as we started to progress into content that had melee resistance and range resistance, having double wasn't really that good. So when this character did resurrect, it changed the SA2 into a range attack. And a lot of characters around this time, when resurrecting, did get that change, Nowadays, we don't see that because every character comes out with either full range or full melee, which obviously is for the best. Let's charge up the SA3, though. Let that off. Goes into the next wave. And then SA1 into 2. Gets us into the final room. Rukia. We have 1 minute and... We basically, what? 1 minute and 15 seconds? Let's go and use the Summon. That should do a lot of damage. A decent amount. Push back with the 1. Get some distance with the Flash Dead, and then charge up. We'll let it off early, and then finish up with the 1. So 40-second quest there. Not too bad using 2nd anniversary Ichigo. Again, nice to get a use out of a character like this. I haven't used him in quite some time. And even then, when I am using 2nd Annie Ichigo, it technically is Epic Ichigo, not this version. So stage 1, mission 3. We now want to be a ranged character, preferably also with Soul Reaper Killer. Now in this case with Aizen, maybe it's not the best option to do. So if you were potentially trying to do this challenge yourself, probably use second Annie Ichigo here. He'd be a much better character, but I want to use this character regardless. We do get the killer effect ×5, so that's definitely going to help us out here. Keep in mind, though, there are a lot of power enemies, and as a technique character, that's not really good for us. But Aizen is quite worked on. He's a very powerful link. That's why I've leveled up his stats. And the main thing we're going to take advantage of in this particular quest is that all we have to do is get into the final stage with 1 second to spare to activate the instant kill. So that saves us a lot of time on the boss stage. And all we have to do is focus on getting into the final stage within 1 minute. Alright, so Aizen, let's see what you're working with here. Let's use our SA3. Not quite able to take down that wave there, but it does destroy the traps. That's like an important aspect about this quest right now. Just want to make sure we don't get hit by any of those. SA1's really good. Still one of the best lunges in the entire game. Just make sure we don't get hit. And then we can lunge ourselves forward like that. Use the SA2. And then finish up with the 1. 25 seconds into the first room. Not too bad. We want to make sure we are beating each room here with like 25 seconds of time, you know. There we go. Use our no attack when we can. Back up. We don't want to get hit. Luckily dodged that attack. Didn't mean to there, but that's good. We're going to use our SA2 before we use any other strong attack. And the SA3. Next room. 11 seconds to go. Can we do it? Not quite sure, but we have an SA3 ready. Because again, all we have to do is use 1 strong attack here. Oh, 2 seconds. Luckily, the normal attacks there were able to actually finish up those mobs. And then Soul Bomb. And all we have to do is get the insta-kill. Unfortunately, for us, we got it literally on the first attempt. We'll take it. If it failed to instant-kill there, we would have just reset the app and kept doing it until we did instant-kill the boss. So we kind of made it hard on ourselves by using a character like this. Amelia wanted that too. Probably were better off using many other characters, but I wanted to make this work, and surprisingly it did. Continuing on, using Aizen in Stage 2, Mission 1, we want to use 3 character links, so pretty simple, full build right here. This character is also max transcended, and also the only character we know can beat it for certain, because we used him previously in our video yesterday. So we do have Hollow Kill here, that's going to be really good for us. Just push back the enemies. A lot of range guards, but we have 2 minutes to go. I probably could save this character later on. But since I already used him in the previous video, he was the only character I used that was resurrected yesterday. We might as well continue on using him, you know. Because actually, now that I remember, we do have to use normal attack damage characters in this stage. So it is better right now just use a strong attack damage character for stage 1 or 2. Or mission set 1 and 2. And then save our normal attack damage character when we have to use like 0 links. And you know, even our Nashing was actually pretty good here. There we go. So, pretty much beating this stage in under a minute. At least this shouldn't have much of a struggle here, because we'll just push back with the 2, use our Soul Bomb, and then finish up with the 1. Honestly, to this day, this character still has quite smooth gameplay, I will be honest. Not like an amazing kit nowadays. If a character had that, it wouldn't be like super amazing. But honestly, it's not too bad. I actually do very much like using this character and have liked using him over the last couple of so years. So this is now where we want to start using normal attack damage characters. We are now required to use less character links, in this case 2, but we also do have a normal attack damage ×2 damage bonus. So in this case, I'm opting to use White Zangetsu. This character is pretty much worked on. For the most part, all intents and purposes, he is max transcended in terms of the attack stat. But I would never say no to use a character like this. Again, similar enough, right, to White Ichigo. It's a character that we haven't had remade in quite some time. Wouldn't mind if he gets a mid-month character sometime. Or end of month. I'm still down for end of month premium banners, you know. Wouldn't say no to cool characters like this. And I wouldn't mind if this character was an SP unit too, because we've never had a... This is the only character that we have as a White Zangetsu that's playable in this game. Would love for him to be a Sports Brush unit. His last... canon character, technically, the Speed Zangetsu did the character justice. Wouldn't mind if that was this version, to be fair. The White Zangetsu, you know. Now, to be fair, I used my SA2 there. Probably didn't need to. It does do pretty good crowd control. But we want to have some protection against this boss, because we don't take any damage. So, maybe I'm going to stall out here. Because we have to be in 100 seconds. Oh, it's actually easier. It's not even 90. So they actually lowered the time to make it easier for us. That's pretty cool to know. Unless it's always been 90 or 100 seconds. I'm pretty sure it's always been 90. So it's like Caleb know that the characters here aren't the greatest, so they're throwing us a tiny bit of a bone. So now let's start attacking. We activate the weakened defense. The SA2 Vortex keeps us protected and stops the enemy from using a Soul Bomb. At that point there, we were pretty much just stalling until we were able to use that SA2 Vortex. So there we go, 100 seconds done. Not too bad, breezing through these stages. As we are now into mission set 3, normal attack damage times 2, we are right now using our best normal attack damage character that we can use, and this character probably is going to be the best unit in terms of resurrectable characters. She's a normal attack damage character with Hollow Killer, and also a pretty decent damage output. So similar to Tenses and Getsu, we are going to save our SA2 Vortex attack. That way, when we do get to the final boss, with the weakened defense that we do have on, we should hopefully be able to kill them. Kill the Lisa pretty quick, and hopefully, in this case, under 1 minute. So not having long shot here does make it a tad bit awkward, because we have to, you know, waste time using a strong attack here, which we don't have a lot of cooldown. So let's just use it here. As long as we collect each stage in under, again, 30 seconds, that's fine. Maybe on the slower side, but maybe this room is quite small. So pretty good here. No enemies to guard break. Now we use our strong attack. Getting really good damage here. Hopefully that breaks everyone's guards. Not one enemy had to dodge it, but it's fine. We have... This is the last wave. And we only need like 10 seconds against that final boss. There we go. 8 seconds. We're really pushing it. 7 seconds even. Even worse. Can we do it? Let's find out. So we're going to Soul Bomb. Use our SA2. And then it looks like we're doing pretty good damage. We should be able to do it. Last second. There we go. We literally managed to beat it last minute. I think we could have saved some time in the first and also second stage. I also could have given this character long stride and full stamina damage. They haven't really been worked on in terms of bonus abilities here. So it can get better, but we literally just beat it in under 1 second. And unironically, this might be one of the more tougher stages in this entire challenge. Because stage 3, we get to use strong attack damage characters. So in this case, we're using a White Ichigo. Have I worked on the character? No, I have not. He's only SP level 10. But we get to use full accessories, full links, and we do have 2 minutes to clear this stage. So shouldn't be that bad. Shouldn't be that bad. Let's find out, though. The killer is helping him. And we do have a charge strong attack free, so we're going to charge it up. Let it off. And that charge strong attack free should be able to clear most waves here. Grip the enemies up with the SA2, or at least stop the enemy from attacking us. And I guess I could use the SA1, but yeah, that's the problem with this one range collision attack, is that it's not able to get the next wave. So it wasn't the best use of the SA1, but again, we have plenty of time. Is this the final wave? No, there's one more. Let's push back. Charge up the free. Might as well let it off because the enemies were attacking us. So 35 seconds into the second stage. Not too bad. There's no traps around tier 2. So now we're just going to push the enemy back into the corner as we wait for our strong attack 1 to come back. We'll use our 2 up here. And then we'll let the enemies get close to us while we use the SA3. There we go. That gets both waves. Lovely. And this should be the final wave here. Grip them together. Never mind, there's one more wave. Okay. It's fine. This is why we're using White Ichigo first, right? Probably could get away using this character in a later stage. Mission 2 or 3. If you had the character worked on. But right now, only having 2-5. The enemies are all over the place. The run is not looking too good right now in this final wave of enemies. But there we go. There we go. So, we have 40 seconds. We have a Soul Bomb. We have Weakening. All we gotta do is just dodge the attacks from the start. So, let's use our Soul Bomb now. Let's use our 2. And then push back with the 1. Pretty good damage. The SA1's not that good, but when you're against a boss and you get all the hits off, it's able to do some pretty good damage. So that wasn't too bad. A bit slow on the second room there, but White is now sealed. No longer do we have to use him, and that saves us better characters for the second and also third set. And for set 2, I guess we're going to use Mashiro. In this case, also not really worked on, but she is a more recent character that just resurrected, and we also now get the benefit of having 2 times strong attack damage. So regardless of what character we do use here, everyone's pretty much going to be good, especially if they are a newly resurrected character, which is what this character is. Now, I think there's some other characters that are soon to resurrect in the future, so this challenge will become easier. 6th Anniversary Aizen, our Big Ichigo, for example, are eventually going to resurrect. Maybe during the 10th anniversary, that's not guaranteed, but at the latest, probably a New Year in like 6 months' time, you know? So eventually we'll be able to use them for this challenge if we were to redo it, or if they ever add any more stages in the future. At the same time, I think there's also Lisa and the White Ichigo, the Spirit Society versions. Lisa was the boss that we had to go against. They will also resurrect Eventually. I don't know when, but eventually, you know? So, not too bad on Momo's behalf. Not Momo, Mashiro's behalf. Maybe we can even beat this in under 1 minute. Let's solve him now. Flash step away. There we go. Dodge all those attacks. And honestly, we probably could have used her in a later stage. Mission set free, but this was honestly not too bad. And I'm using her now specifically because I want to use a character in mission set free. Right now, probably the best resurrected holo character in the game. That, of course, being the very cool Khan for Your Own World Bankai Shinji. Now, we don't have Killer here, but that's fine. I have also max transcended this character because he's an iconic character. While we do have Bankai Shinji in game already, while we've seen it in the anime, this was the first time we ever saw Bankai Shinji. So, this character holds a bit more specialty in my heart, right? And that's why certain iconic characters like him, Bankai Shuei, I want to max transcend. Just for the collection and respect. In a way, you know, even if I'm not ever going to use them. But you know what? It's not too bad. He's actually a very powerful Link, so it was worth transcending him. And I also get to use him right now and clear this stage in this challenge video super fast, because we have a minute to go, 30 seconds to go more so. Oh, unfortunately, the run got ended. So let's actually restart. So let's try that again. For some reason, I thought the confusion would not have me be damaged by the soul bomb. So that was my mistake. So let's dodge now. There we go. That's better. And then finish up with the SE3. Little lag spike there, but that is another challenge done, beating all current SENKAIMON using only resurrectable characters. Like I said, this was quite the easy challenge itself. The tower itself is easier due to the lack of options more so, since there aren't that many holo characters. So with that in mind, we do get a lot of damage bonuses to make it easier for ourselves. But again, pretty cool once more just to see all the pink/red star characters being used for all 3 slots. And these are all the characters that we could have used as well. To be fair, a lot of the older ones here aren't really that good, so I wouldn't have probably used those. But, you know, we could have probably used this Shinji. Hachigun isn't too bad. Maybe I could have got a use out of this character in a normal attack damage stage. But I think we used pretty much all the good ones besides these 2 Shinjis, Lisa and also Hachigun. So maybe whenever KLab do decide to add more stages in the future, they already have confirmed they will be doing so. It might be a very long time before we even get to that point, but it will result in more rewards, right? And for the sake of the challenge, if we're going to be able to beat them with holo characters, I mean, by that point, 6th anniversary Aizen and probably Arbok Ichigo would be resurrected, so we should be able to tackle the stage 4 challenge, if and whenever they do decide to do that. So with that said, that was the video for today. Another SENKAIMON quest done, only using resurrectable characters. All that's left to go now is the human, Aaroniero, and also no affiliation SENKAIMON quest, whenever they decide to get added. Again, I'm pretty confident on the Aaroniero and also human SENKAIMON quest, but the no affiliation one is going to be quite a struggle. We'll see how that goes when that's added. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Take care and peace.